Kell, Special K. Gennady Golovkin, a.k.a. Triple G.
On the web, particularly in America yesterday, on the notion that Gennady Golovkin was ill under the weather, didn't look good at the weigh-in. He and everyone in his camp says there is no truth whatsoever to that. He feels fine, and to us, he looked as though he felt perfectly all right. Agreed, Bernard?
Well, he looks good now, and he's been who he is. He comes forward.
Fight, looking more the way he did against Dominic Wade, trying to get in and land power shots. He takes a right hand from Brook as he's trying to...
Maybe a little bruise from the left hook, from the right eye, from the left hook, from Triple G. Triple G is setting him up, and if he stay on that rope...
Body shot, Brook is in trouble. And Brook reaches out and grabs Gennady Golovkin and gathers him to him after Golovkin hammered him to the liver with a body shot.
If Kell Brook stay on that rope, he will not survive in this fight. He has to fight his fight. Right now he's being overwhelmed and overpowered.
Uppercut by Brook. Left hook brought the crowd alive. Golovkin nodding at him as if to say, okay, I tasted what you got.
Kell, and he has to now find a way to survive this round because Triple G is continuing to put pressure in these punches count.
Golovkin missed with the right hand over the top to back Golovkin off a little bit.
It's one punch. He's throwing a jab, Brook, and throwing one punch at a time and going back towards the rope where he can go ahead and figure it out.
Triple G is #1 in the sport by Copybox count in landing jabs. There's a good uppercut for Brook. There's a right hand for Brook. And now Golovkin comes back with the left hook. There's a mark outside Golovkin's left eye from the right hand by Kell Brook. 15 seconds left in round one. Both fighters have made statements.
Golovkin wants Kell to try to get brave and try to be brave because that gives the puncher a bigger chance. Triple G will have a bigger and a greater chance in exchange. Because of Kell being on the rope, he got it caught with the left to the kidney rather, and he should have been moving, but he stayed there and got hit with a right hand. How to avoid that right hand is not be on the ropes. If he continues to stay on the ropes, this will happen more often.
That was the biggest moment of round one when Brook reached out and grabbed Golovkin to pull him to him after the two left hands. There's the uppercut that landed for Brook, and there's the right hand, which made veteran referee Marlon Wright staying away and creating some distance to give freedom of movement to Golovkin and Brook.
Be consistent with that jab. Not only patient, but consistent. Because if him both men, and if he's not first, take the power in a long fight with Triple G.
He's gonna have to fight with Triple G. Maybe he wants it that way, and they're trading in the center of the ring. And right now, Brook is getting the better of it.
About it can happen. As far as
and Golovkin landing a serious sweeping a right hand across Brook.
Brook just threw on a left hook that caught Triple G coming in. Waiting to counter when Triple G throws one punch or a wild punch. He's waiting to counter. He's a better counter puncher when Triple G is coming in.
Uppercut by Brook. Crowd comes out of its seats, excited by the uppercut. Brook getting in some heavy shots here in round number two. Golovkin gets in a right hand over the top. But Brook comes back with a four-punch combination.
Brook setting up that left uppercut because he threw the right lead first. And he's seen this punch because before the round he tried it. Brook must not get too brave, but smart enough to fight a smart man fight.
Referee Marlon Wright is going to call that a slip rather than a knockdown. Golovkin totally in agreement.
Now you see
Golovkin's putting a lot of pressure on Brook.
He's trying to now rush because what is urgency? Is urgency because he see himself getting outboxed and getting hit with some shots that he never got hit with. And I'm pretty sure his trainer told him to go out there now and start putting pressure and start changing the tone of this fight. He's digging to the body with a three-punch combination. Triple G, jab, right hand, left hook to the body, and got the attention of Brook. Brook didn't like that combination punch and definitely didn't like that left hand to the body.
And unlike in the second round, when Brook was able to keep a lot of the action in the center of the ring where he likes it, Golovkin has been able to get him to the ropes a couple of times here in round number 3. Hard right hand by Golovkin. Just misses with the left hook.
Golovkin don't want Brook to now get confidence. If Brook continue to win rounds here and there and go into a late rounds, then Golovkin's going to have really a serious problem catching up, not try to go and establish his dominance. He's walking in, not even ducking. He's coming in just wanting to throw the power punch, but not be leery or worry about the jab because he's so confident that he can hit Brook and maybe hurt him.
And Brook got a chance at a clean right hand there and landed a glancing blow. If he had landed it solidly, he could have hurt Golovkin.
I think he is hurt, Jim. He got hit with a short uppercut just now with the right hand, and Brook is now throwing more than one punch. He's throwing right hands behind the left jab. If he continues to stay poised and pick at shots, but not get caught in a shootout or a fight where he gets the bad end of it.
Brook is trying to build something memorable here. Golovkin is trying to Brazil yesterday, maybe thinking again that they were onto something. But Golovkin keeps bearing in and putting pressure on Kell Brook here in round 3.
If you look at Brook's right eye, it's starting to swell badly. And Triple G just threw a left and a straight right on that same eye with the left hand.
And Brook comes back aggressively, winning the admiration of the crowd.
Here's Golovkin now seeing a position of throwing the right hand, which he did a right hook that came around the left hand of Brook. And the punch is there because he's sitting there. Now here we go with Kell throwing the same right hand and getting justice with it by throwing combinations after the jab.
Urgency because Brook at most perhaps won the second round and career.
And some frustration, moving, punching, slipping. Every now and then Brook stays on the ropes and he pays a price, and his corners continue to tell him, don't be on the ropes, be in the center of the ring or keep moving left to right. As you see on the ropes, Triple G has a shot when he's on the ropes. Which was successful to me was the uppercut, whether it's coming from the left side or the right side.
From the shots they've landed in the first 3 rounds. Hasn't managed to land it here in the 4th.
It looked like Triple G is just actually, pushing his punches. Does there, but the speed is not there. They seem like arm punches, like he's throwing punches hard, but they have no snap on them. We call them arm punches, much sharper, much cleaner. See the short left
by Brook. Those are the kind of punches that Golovkin isn't landing at this point.
And he's getting hit spot on. This is called the bait and switch. This is called the bait and switch. He pulled him in to counter him. He pulled him in to throw a punch, which is Triple G. He threw the...
I threw a lot of punches, but I gotta tell you, Jim, Kell Brook got some jaw. I mean, I haven't seen a guy stand there and trade with Gennady Golovkin, and God knows how long. 3-1, Golovkin.
And Golovkin delivers his fiercest rally of the fight as Harold completes that scoring summary. Now Brook holding out his arms as if to say, you're not hitting me at all, as Golovkin does miss a series, but he landed a couple of hard right hands when he first got Brook to the ropes, Bernard.
And Brook is putting his hands up like he wasn't hurt, but he might be hurt later by the accumulation of those punches. So I think he should stay focused. I think he was hurt a little bit, and I think that's the reason that you do those things, is to let your opponent know that you're not hurt, but that normally means the opposite.
Brook was momentarily rubbing his right eye with his glove. Now he lashes out and manages to knock Golovkin back with a couple of clean shots.
But he's leaving his feet, Jim, when he throws a punch, and not only is no power on those punches, he leaves himself to get countered like he just did with a straight right. And I believe he's hurt with this, and now Triple G is going to keep him there if he can.
Brook once again erupts off the ropes. We're only halfway through the 5th round. Golovkin is now landing body shots again, as he did in round number 1.
And yes, he is. He's pop shotting right now, as you see, a straight right.
And Dominic Engel
It's hurt.
in the far corner
He's hurt.
is holding up a towel. Engel is trying to get referee Marlon Wright to stop the fight, and now he finally throws the towel into the ring, and Gennady Golovkin is going to have a technical knockout victory in round number 5. We saw his urgency between rounds prior to that round, but who would have thought that he was on the verge of getting up on the ropes with a towel? This is earlier in round 5, Bernard.
Exactly. Here's it right now. To me, he's just as hurt here, where his legs is not under him.
And there you can see Dominic Engel waving the towel.
And so that's what I believe, that, you know, it was a bad stoppage. And to me, he wasn't as hurt as he was round 2, round 3, whenever those rounds earlier was.
Challenger retires, the winner by TKO victory. Still, the undefeated, universally recognized middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Golovkin, a.k.a. Ripple